But in this free-to-play series, I am using all of my shards when I get them. So the first time I get a sacred shard, guess what? Boom, I'm going to open it. It doesn't matter if it's an event, it doesn't matter if it's CVC, it doesn't matter if it's a tournament. I'm going to open a sacred shard the moment that I get it. Hi, this is Gecko Mayhem, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. It is day 4. Day 4 of the Ellis Chase. Day 4 of my daily login rewards. Another rare book. My primary goal at the moment is to get Kale to level to 6 star. Mini pack. Some things I just know. Some things I remember. Check the market. My energy is almost capped, which is very good timing because it gives me time still. Oh, I got an ancient shard. Goodness me. Let's try a level 40 Phoenix. Unascended. Very mediocre gear. Probably worse gear than Kale's. Oof, he took a hit. No. Ah, oh, that was close. Alright. Way to go in Silver Arena. Crazy. That was fun. That was a good battle. I'm just going to do this and then die. Alright. He's getting so much healing from it. How crazy is Taragi the Frog, eh? I think it's more important that I optimize food. There we go. I made a decision. So Super Raid, let's Super Raid it up and let's go with using up some of this energy to get some of this food up so that I can push on forward and get going towards Kale's 6 star status. Let's start with the blues, the ancient shards, to get it to 80 in my champion pool. Alright. It's Ancient Shard summoning time. Fingers crossed. Let's get lucky. Fencer. High Elves could be somebody to chuck into my High Elves faction wars, faction crypts. May decrease speed on one enemy. Kind of sucky. May place a stun debuff, steals turn meter if it's not placed. So that's good. Gets a bit of turn meter and weak decreased defense on all enemies. That's actually really useful for faction wars, but she does ally attack in dungeons. So she was built, I guess, for dungeons before faction crypts came out. All right, shard number 2. Let's get lucky. Another barbarian for faction crypts. She can decrease defense every time she attacks, but it's a very small chance, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. On top of 30 is 80. So if she has a bit of accuracy, somewhere in the middle of faction wars she might be able to get and be decent. And then block debuffs buff on all allies and increase defense buff. Wow, that is sick for a support champion. That's cool. And what does she give you? And defense in faction crypts. She should be a defense champion, not a support champion. But yeah, cool. She's going to be good, marked. I think she's going to be excellent in faction wars. Mystery shards times 10. It's a blue. I got a blue. It's penitent. So for Sacred Order, faction crypts. Decreases attack, so they're not going to kill me as quickly. Has a counter attack for 1 turn. And places block debuffs on herself. Removes debuffs and places block debuffs. Excellent for faction wars. And for the first time ever, I am streaming this. And hopefully it is actually working. My stream. Streaming to, I think, just Twitch. I'm trying to run multi-streams. I'm new to this whole thing. I might have to get a little bit more help to get this sort of off the ground. So, what's this? Background multi-battle. Conduct battles while doing other things in the game. Wow, that's kind of cool. So it's basically ticking away in the background. Interesting. That's kind of a cool, cool thing. This dude did 11 million, but he used 10 keys. What? That's insane. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, so I might, if I do normal, I'm going to do far, far less. Probably lucky to do 250 on normal. Hey, at least I landed poisons too. I still void, so I'm not going to get weak hits, which is great. However, Phoenix is about to die. He almost died on the first hit. That's... Oh gosh, that's funny. That is funny. I did over the 250 that I thought I would. If I can do over 500,000, I think I'll be pretty happy. 1 million damage. I haven't even built up Kale's masteries or anything. 1.2. Pretty happy. And he decreased defense just before he died. Fantastic. Good shot, Phoenix. Another 1.2. So putting gear on her made 0 difference to my overall result. But from 2 keys, I did 2.42. This guy's a 60 Kale and some level 50s, and I still did more damage. Alright, it is arena time. Alright, we'll pop some shards. First things first. It's time to crack open an ancient shard. What'll it be? Let's go. Confessor? No, Chaplain. That's her name, Chaplain. Right. Sacred Order, Faction Crypts. That doesn't matter. Removes all debuffs and then heals. That's going to be fantastic for Faction Crypts. And then she does an AoE and it heals by how much she does based on attack. So you absolutely stack her attack like crazy. And she'll do a decent heal. So she's going to be great for Faction Wars. But in this free-to-play series, I am using all of my shards when I get them. So the first time I get a Sacred Shard, guess what? Boom. I'm going to open it. It doesn't matter if it's an event. It doesn't matter if it's CVC. It doesn't matter if it's a tournament. I'm going to open a Sacred Shard the moment that I get it. Because the excitement has to be real. And what kind of content would it be if I didn't just open all my shards, right? YOLO. That's what the kids say these days. YOLO. But it is true. You only live once. You might as well make the most of it. Have a bit of fun. And what is more fun than pulling Harrier from a Void Shard? I'm kidding. What is more fun than just opening a shard and seeing what's going to come out of it? That's basically a massive draw for games like this, is you've got these things, they don't have to be shards, you've got a thing, a box, whatever, a mystery object, and this mystery object will give you something, and you want to see what it is. So you want to get more of these mystery objects, so that you can just keep opening them and see what's going to pop out. And I've been very fortunate. I feel like I've been really fortunate on this account so far. We're in day 4. And just overall what I've pulled. Getting Phoenix and getting Kaitis. I wasn't super happy about Kaitis, but he's an epic, so, you know, an epic's an epic. Purple is purple. Just, yeah, he could come in handy. He could. But definitely with Phoenix, I'm very happy with having pulled Phoenix. It's going to be a while before I can build him, as with any account that you are trying to progress. Just being able to build an epic character, an epic hero, is going to be going to be a little bit of a mission just overall, because the potions that you have to give them to ascend them, it asks a lot more. You need heftier potions, which means higher level potion keeps, which means getting stronger characters and supportive heroes to be able to do those potion keeps, and the right heroes to do those potion keeps, because of the mechanics of the bosses, of the keep guardians. Yeah, just epic heroes are a lot harder to level, especially in the early days. You're not going to have books, you're not going to have potions to ascend them. And then of course there's the matter of gear, which doesn't matter what kind of character you've got, what kind of hero or champion, gear is a massive part of the game, and so farming dungeons becomes a really key part of leveling an account. Yeah, being able to clear higher stages of the key dungeons, those being Dragon, Fire Knight, and Spider. And then of course you've got the Minotaur's Labyrinth, where you have to get the scrolls for your masteries, and you're not gonna do that effectively until you get to stage 15 of Minotaur. And once you can essentially solo stage 15, you're sorted, because you build your main character up with all of their scrolls. Just farm Minotaur's Labyrinth dozens and dozens of times, get all the scrolls, get your masteries, and then once they've got their masteries maxed, obviously you use them to carry other characters through, other heroes through, to get their scrolls. And so it's a lot more energy to go through and get their scrolls. But masteries are definitely huge for the clan boss, well, for every part of the game. But once you have Giant Slayer, or whatever that other one's called for the triple hitters, yeah, it makes even up to hard clan boss absolutely doable without a speed tune. So that's another thing. So I know from my past playing this game, I know all about the clan boss. I understand it. I understand speed tuning. I understand what synergizes, what works, because there are a whole lot of speed tunes that have been already sorted out. People have figured them out, and so you can kind of pick and choose, and sometimes you can slot in other champions, but there are all sorts of options in terms of speed tuning. But you don't have to speed tune until you're tackling Brutal. So Brutal, Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare level clan boss, that's where you speed tune, and that's where you start to tweak things within 1 point kind of thing. In some cases, not in every case, but in some cases the speed thresholds are very, very close, or very tight. So you just have to look at what you've got, what's available to you, what resources do you have, what champions do you have, get a speed tune that's the closest to what you want to do, and then tweak and tune your characters, take into account everything. Because there's true speed and there is, I can't remember what they call it, so true speed and paper speed or whatever, and they can be different figures. So that's why the clan boss speed tune calculator that Deadwood Jedi put out is an absolute must for anyone tackling Brutal and higher. But yeah, definitely you can tackle the clan boss and expect to do decently against hard if you simply have at least 5 level 50 characters with Giant Slayer. Because by the time you get down to the tier 7 mastery, or tier 6? Tier 6 or 7 mastery, the very bottom mastery, you've got all the other masteries supporting you and adding to your character's abilities and functionality. And now that they've added relics to the game, I mean, it makes your character even stronger, right? So you got your artifacts, you got your accessories, and now you got your relics. Yeah, just level 50 characters, I reckon, could tackle hard. Could do upwards of 5 to 10 million against hard. Let's keep chipping. Chipping away. I know for a fact that I have plenty of time. So for the rest of this day, day 4, I am going to obviously go through my energy refills for the day and make good use of the energy. Well, I look forward to getting my champions up to stronger levels. Obviously, getting Kayle up to level 60 is going to be absolutely massive, and then working through his masteries and improving his gear is going to just take him to the absolute next level. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Oh, Phoenix. He takes such a beating. Ah, back to Silver 1. Gosh, I do not want to be in Silver 1. Let's crack on. Let's do a bit more farming of the food. The thing about using Kayle, no matter how strong he gets, is that it takes time to clear. So my best time is 15 seconds, which is pretty good, but then he's taking up to 28. I mean, this one was 28. Some take probably a few seconds longer. I'm kind of new to Twitch, so I don't know how to see who's even in my channel. How you doing? I was about to change global channels, so it's a good thing you spoke up. King Dognuts. Okay. Interesting clan names. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I just started streaming recently. Well, today, I guess. So, Cold Brew, Murder Inc., Hell Hades, Ash. Ash is really good in terms of showing champions and building champions and stuff. My main account is stacked. So my main account is free to play. Has always been 100% free to play, but I've got dozens of legendaries. I was sitting in Gold 5 Arena every week, constantly. I was doing 1 key Ultra Nightmare clan boss. So just before I quit playing last time, I'm pretty sure I was able to 1 key the Ultra Nightmare clan boss with my new team. I built a team around Demitha. Yeah, I would build Bellower for campaign farming. He's so good. So easy to build too, because he's a rare. So booking rares is so much easier than epics. I was saying this just before that. So on this account, I've got Phoenix and Kytus as my newer epics, but then I got no books, so I can't book them. I expect Phoenix to do really well, but he's got the most rubbish gear you can imagine. It's really bad, the stats on his gear. It's because he places 2 5% poisons. That's so good. And if I just get lucky with a book, 3-turn cooldown, he's popping up 2 5% poisons every 3 turns. So if I make him real fast, that's like poisons being thrown at the boss. Flip, you got 3 5-stars ready. That is good. Yeah, it takes the first 6-star, man. The first 6-star takes so long. Well, it feels like it takes so long because you're just in campaign, right? You're just farming campaign over and over and over. But my plan also is to pop all of my mystery shards and just use that as food to get XP as well. So I kind of want to cheat the XP system. Yeah, I was in Deadwood Jedi's clan, and then he decided that we would join a clan cluster. So we found this pretty decent clan cluster to join, and then could choose which of the clans within the cluster you would join. And so I chose one that didn't have a really high CBC rating, but we were knocking down Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, and Brutal Boss every day. But there were rules around hitting the boss, so you weren't allowed to push it below 50% until it had been out for a few hours to give people a chance to hit Void, or you're only allowed to use one key, and then you had to wait till it went into its affinity before you used your second key. I know. I pulled a shard. I think it was a green shard, and I got another Kale, and I went, why, of all the champions, would I get a second Kale? Why didn't it give me, I don't know, Elhain, right? Or Apothecary. Of all champions, I want Apothecary. I reckon he'd be really cool. In Arena, he's good. I think he's better in Arena than... Well, not better than Mausoleum Mage, but he's really handy in Arena. But also against the clan boss, you can actually do a speed tune with Apothecary because of the consistency of the speed that he places. I think the aim for me with this account is to just go hard with stuff and use my resources, like just burn my resources instead of thinking about, oh, should do it during CBC. Oh, should do it during this event or this tournament. Just do it. Just wing it. Just use them. I know there are optimal ways to play, but I think it's more fun to kind of just go with the flow. You can kind of line things up a little bit, but you don't have to be pedantic about it, I don't think. Especially when it's a fun account. I want to see how far I can get just having fun and not optimizing. But then, you know, you take into account more than just XP per energy, right? What you want to do is you want to think about, well, you're burning 6 energy. So overall, you need to divide the full amount by 4 because it's split between 4 champions. So per run, you're actually getting more XP per champion. That's the thing. I should do that. I should also add a line that is XP per champion. I'm a little bit frustrated. I wish I'd saved my gems. I wish I could max Kale's masteries. It would make such a big difference. When he's level 60 though, he will be able to do hard for sure, even without masteries. Thanks for stopping by and watching my stream. I really appreciate it. I mean, just having one person to talk to has been, yeah, it's made it so much livelier. It's been fantastic. Cool. I'll catch you later, man. Getting closer. Closer, come closer and burn. Calidan the Breaker. Blood Furnace. WoW TBC. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Wait, point that way. She's there. She's there. Check it out. It is Diabolist. I have been farming this chapter for a very long time. For food, for XP. And this is my first Diabolist. Now, why is she so good? She has a very small chance of putting them to sleep, but it's on her A1, so occasionally you're going to put a mob to sleep. It might stop them from taking a turn. Okay, cool, whatever, Infection Wars, blah blah blah. She places a 30% speed increase on allies for 2 turns. If you book her, it's every 3 turns, she's putting a 2-turn speed buff. Faster and faster they take their turns. Alright. That's with an attack, so if she can do damage, but she might be able to, I mean, she's a support champ. Some support champs do damage. That's okay. Not only does she play speed, but on a 4-turn cooldown when booked, she fills your allies' turn meters by 15% and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15%. So it's like you're getting a 30% turn meter increase with your speed buff on top. She is a speed king queen, speed queen champion. Ideally, you want a speeder, a speedy speeder, turn meter manipulator. You want a nuker. You want a debuffer, so one that either locks out skills or whatever. But with that debuffer, you actually really want to strip their buffs if you can. So strip buffs and then place debuffs, or 2 separate ones. So you have someone that removes the enemy's buffs, and someone that places decreased defense and weaken in some way. Just weakening them, making their armor less, just some way that they'll take extra damage. So debuffer, buff stripper, speed upper. So between the debuffer and buff stripper, you also want someone that buffs your team. So maybe it's the speed upper that buffs your team, right? And maybe it's the nuker. They could buff themselves so that they're doing the hefty damage. And AoE nuking, for sure, you want to be able to do. And you probably want a tank of some sort. So someone that places strengthen, increased defense, veil, draws attention to themselves through provoke, and what's that? Taunt. And yeah, so taunt and provoke and veil and strengthen and defense up and shield, placing a massive shield on you. Yeah. So I reckon that's the best combination. Whoops. Cannot sell him. The best combination in Faction Wars and in a lot of dungeons like Doom Tower and stuff. You want to be able to do that. Oh, he's down. Yep. And she's down. Yeah, not going to get past that Kale. Awesome. I do enjoy it. Even losing, I enjoy just playing the arena. Bomb, bada bomb. Bada bomb, bada boom. Bomb characters are kind of cool. I have a few bomb characters on my main account. Lord Shazar is one. Who else does bombs? Oh, the rat guy. Nishak, the rat king. He's a bomb character. Very cool character. I could do this 5 times. 5 times. Excellent. And then if I upgrade an artifact to level 16, I get my energy back. Got my energy back. That's gonna be a pain. That would be a waste of energy. Alright, let's zoom through this. Zoom through the food. Okay, upgrade rank, instant rank up. We got all of those. 9 champions. Fantastic. I can summon some mystery shards. Do 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 do. Boom. One more summoning. Boom. That was almost a perfect common uncommon. Common uncommon. Common uncommon. Common uncommon. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh, I just got destroyed. Sick, dude. Man, annihilated. Boom! Aries coming in with the shots. Alright, I would say that is a job well done for day 4. So, got a new record on the clan boss. Got some food farmed up, had a good chat with somebody while I'm streaming. All in all, it's been a lot of fun, and I've made at least some progress. Sort of chopping and changing a little bit between some stuff, and I regret not having spent gems on Kale's masteries from the outset, because I could be farming hard 12-6. But all in all, that has been a fun time, and I hope that you enjoyed my video. Have a good day.